coffee shop manager who gave me wrong orders for being black now begs me to keep quiet after finding out I'm the owner's sister. The manager at Bluebell Coffee deliberately gave me wrong orders for 4 months because I was the only black customer who came in during morning rush. I'd order a caramel macchiato. She'd give me black coffee. I'd order a ham and cheese croissant. She'd give me a stale bagel. At first, I thought she was just incompetent, but then I watched her nail every single order for white customers. She'd remember their kids' names, compliment their outfits, and throw in free cookies. With me, she'd roll her eyes, tap her fingers while I ordered, and practically throw my receipt at me. One morning, I ordered my usual, and she made it perfectly. Then she looked me dead in the eye, dumped it out, and filled the cup with hot water and a single espresso shot. When I asked her to remake it, she said I was being difficult and holding up the line. 2 seconds later, she remade an entire order for a white woman who changed her mind about wanting whipped cream. I kept going back because my brother owned the shop. He'd bought it 2 years ago as an investment property, but kept the original name and staff. He lived in Tokyo running his tech company and left everything to the regional manager. He didn't know I'd moved to the city. We weren't estranged or anything, just both terrible at keeping in touch. I'm adopted, he's not, and people never guess we're related. I work night shifts as an air traffic controller and stopped by his shop every morning after work without him knowing. I never mentioned the connection because I wanted to see how his business really operated. For 4 months, I documented everything. Not the wrong orders, that was just annoying. But I watched the manager pocket cash transactions, give free drinks to her friends, and arrive 45 minutes late every shift. She'd also berate the teenage baristas until they cried, especially the black girl named Keisha who worked weekends. She made Keisha clean bathrooms 3 times per shift, while her white coworkers sat on their phones. Last Tuesday, my brother called saying he was flying in for a surprise inspection. His accountant noticed weird numbers and he wanted to check things out himself. I told him I'd meet him there but didn't mention I was a regular customer. When I walked in Wednesday morning, the manager was frantically cleaning everything. She'd brought in fresh flowers, bought new uniforms, even hired a pianist for the day. She saw me in line and loudly announced they were out of everything except black coffee. Very sorry for the inconvenience. The white customer behind me asked for a latte and she immediately started making it. That's when my brother walked in. He looked exactly like our father, tall and pale with prematurely gray hair. The manager practically sprinted over to greet him. She launched into a rehearsed speech about quarterly profits and customer satisfaction scores. She introduced him to regular customers, all white, who she'd obviously prepped to say nice things. She mentioned how diverse their customer base was while actively avoiding looking at me or Keisha. My brother noticed me and his face lit up. He pushed past the manager and gave me a huge hug. The manager looked confused until he said the words that changed everything. "This is my sister," he announced to the whole shop. "She's the reason I bought this place. It's right by her work." The manager's face went white, then red, then a shade of green I didn't know humans could turn. She started stuttering about how she didn't realize, how I never said anything, how there must have been some misunderstanding about my orders. She pulled me aside while my brother talked to other customers and whispered frantically. She offered me free coffee for life. She offered me her employee discount retroactively. She offered to personally deliver coffee to my work. She kept saying she had no idea, like that made it better. Like she thought it was acceptable to treat a random black woman that way, as long as she wasn't the owner's sister. When my brother came back over, she tried to act normal but kept shooting me panicked looks. He asked how long I'd been coming here. 4 months, I said, every single morning. He asked if I enjoyed the service. I looked directly at the manager and said actually, I'd been documenting some concerns. Her hand started shaking. My brother asked what kind of concerns. Well, I said, pulling out my phone, it's interesting. The manager seems to have trouble with certain orders, very specific patterns. The manager tried to interrupt saying she'd love to discuss any feedback privately. My brother ignored her and asked to see my notes. I showed him 4 months of dates, times, and wrong orders. But more importantly, I showed him the video I took last week of her pocketing a cash transaction. The manager started crying. Not sad tears, angry tears. She accused me of spying, of entrapment, of being vindictive. My brother fired her on the spot and promoted Keisha to manager. The best part was when she demanded her final paycheck and my brother said he'd have to subtract all the money she stole first. She left screaming that we'd set her up. Now Keisha makes my coffee perfect every morning.